Are we live? We are live. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chat Her Up. We are coming to you live at noon Central Standard Time. This is way early for us, child. But listen, Joy made the schedule, and we just listen. She's the P, H, and the D, and we just gonna do noon today, okay? Okay. Montique is setting up the Instagram. We texting D. We about to get going, but before we get into the show, we will be recapping the Real Housewives of New Jersey, the inner peace of mind. But before we get there, we're going to do our chat stick of the week. Now, this isn't anything major, but it's just some things that I like to point out because I kind of follow Carlos King. So, do you guys remember when Carlos King had his tour with Tamar Braxton? And for you guys that know Tamar Braxton, she was engaged to the J. Oh my God,
JP something.
The young white attorney.
Yeah.
He's like one of those TV commercial attorneys, but listen, he's getting paid and he's doing his thing. Anyway, on that show, Carlos jokingly referred to him as what's his name? Chris Kringle?
Oh, KFC.
What's
Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I see it.
Yes, Colonel Sanders. And when I heard it, I was watching it. And when I saw that, I thought, oh, God, that seems really rude. And Tamar looked embarrassed and tried to laugh. And her laugh was very embarrassing and everything. Anyway, after the show, well, JR's his name. JR didn't like that. JR sent out a little text and said, I'm going to need you to back that up. That's rude. It's disrespectful. He didn't like it. So what we've seen with Carlos, and Carlos has changed. I know sometimes Carlos has been really strong about saying, I don't give a F what people think. He does sometimes because he's made some obvious changes. Unfortunately, it usually comes after he trashes somebody. He'll always have to come back and then apologize. I didn't mean it. We're friends. He did something similar with the Beverly Hills girl, the one Garcelle's friend, Sutton. He made the comment that Sutton and Garcelle were not really friends, and then he ran into Sutton, and he thought in his head, "Oh my gosh, she probably thinks I hate her," because he kind of trashed him a little bit, right. And he had to apologize. Well, he also ran into JR, and yes, he did. He ran into JR, and he had to apologize, and he says, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm just joking. Come on my show."
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did too. And the show launched yesterday. It started yesterday.
It's
really good. Yes, honey. It's a good interview. JR is a pretty deep guy. I liked him when he was on the show where he met Tamar. He seemed like a nice guy. Talked about his upbringing and everything. But Carlos got the man to come on the show after pissing him off.
Well,
and Carlos apologized.
Are they not engaged anymore? Because you said he was engaged to Tamar.
He was, and then they decided not to talk about it publicly, and then I didn't finish his entire show, so I honestly don't know if they're still engaged or not. So I don't know. Anyway, So if you guys have time or you're interested at all in JR, Tamar, and Carlos King, go and check out his interview. It's on the Carlos King YouTube page, and Carlos has again had to apologize to somebody for talking trash about him.
Lord.
Yes, Colonel Joy. Before we go, put up. Can we show the pictures?
What pictures?
That Joy just sent over in message.
Oh yeah, I'll go get them.
So just before we get off of this chat stick,
I was trying to share it to groups, but okay, y'all got me double dutying today. Hold on.
We do.
Well, so I'll say this, just in case you're just tuning in, we are going to recap the latest episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 14, episode 10. The title was Inner Peace of My Mind.
Oh yeah, do the allegedly stuff too, Joy.
And just, this is all for fun, y'all. We not dropping tea or, whatever. This is everything in here is allegedly. We ain't trying to get sued. We ain't got no money.
We ain't got no job.
Right now, I am unemployed.
Why we're here at noon.
Oh, I got the picture.
Oh my God, if I had a nickel for every time I heard of that.
Yes,
with us. So I'm not working this summer. I actually have a job.
Okay, she got a job, but she ain't working.
I'm not working this summer. And this is literally the first summer my daughter, I have a 15-year-old, she'll be 16 next month. This is probably the first time in 14 years I have not worked in the summertime. It's just normally easy money for teachers. Summer school is pretty easy. But this summer I am watching soap operas and
Child, let me tell you something.
Now, what soap opera you watching?
Right.
Joy got so much time right now, y'all.
Joy, what soap
We
opera?
tired,
What soap opera
okay?
you
I'm
watching?
watching Young and the Restless.
Oh my God, we have to chat about it. I'm gonna have to call you.
We do,
Joy
but
got
before
so
we
much
get over
time.
to Young and the Restless, put up that picture again. We were just talking about Carlos King, JR.
Oh yeah, okay. I was trying to get them
Catch
together, but we're just doing one at a time.
So
So
this is a picture of JR. For anyone that doesn't know, of course, that's Tamar Braxton. JR was the man that she met on the reality TV show, fell in love with her. He proposed. She said yes. And then, you know, a few months afterwards, we saw him at the basketball game with Tommy from Love and Hip Hop Child. Yes, we did.
They had broke up. They had actually broken up. And I don't know if they're still together, but at one of Tamar's concerts or a show or whatever she was doing, she had made a comment that she had to go get her man back.
Okay.
But I mean, I'll just say it like this. To me, he don't seem like a catch. He might have some money, maybe, but I wouldn't mess with no man of that age with a young toddler. That wouldn't even be. He had a 1-year-old when they hooked up.
Well, yeah, he did, and he talks about it on that interview with Carlos. He said he was a little reckless. He had a couple kids within a few months of each other. Okay, and he messes with black women because that's how he was raised. His mom got addicted to drugs, and he was preyed over by a black man, and he was around all the black women, and he began to have an affinity for black women. So when people say, "Oh, you're just doing it because it's Tamar," no, check his little history.
No, his baby mamas were black.
Yeah,
I've seen his children. To me, that's not the issue. You're a foolish old man. I get it when you're 20 and you're kicking and moving. I don't get it when you 40 nothing.
Well, I gotta share the show. Okay.
But he's human. He's human. I mean, and he admits that. He talks to himself being reckless. At least he can admit it, where some men can't. They reckless all day long and will talk like they are the saints. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to drag on too long, but
I just feel like Tamar is a damn fool for going back to a man that publicly humiliated her. That man broke up with you and then purposely went out with your op.
Well,
and I'll tell you so.
And told all her business.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. And he said he's getting out of a toxic thing. We might should have done a live on that. Shoot.
Yeah, but you know what? She embarrassed him publicly too, though. I mean, you on here?
No, she did this later with Carlos.
Well, but she did it even in the beginning. She did.
She did. Okay.
Yes, he was always having to feel like, God, you know, what's inappropriate, what's not inappropriate. Tamar ain't shy and quiet. She will embarrass that man without thinking and think it's funny. And that's how some people play, especially Carlos. Carlos can lovingly trash you, okay? And then he's like, oh, I'm just playing.
Okay, but that was like after all of like the Tommy Lee stuff and all of that. Like when Tamar did that. That was like
we trashed him before we even knew who Tommy was, too. I mean, this ain't nothing new. That Tommy is the one that brought additional focus on it because we all know who Tommy is. But it happened before Tommy, too.
I do, even though, I mean, but I will say this. When Carlos said that about her man, she should have said, don't call him that. You know what I mean? It should have just been that simple as he ain't a Colonel Sanders. And that sounds like to be like a slave driver, okay? I'm sorry.
In her defense, she did say, don't call him that. But she said it real soft.
Did?
She did at that time.
Oh, then he shouldn't be
She said it soft and laughingly. But I was shocked because let him tell it they're real friends. I'm like, you gonna talk like that about your friends? That's what Carlos does, and he apologizes later. He admits it, and he's like, you know, whatever.
All right, well, let's get on this show. I done shared it to the people. Joy, Demisio, it's all y'all show, unless Callie gonna start it. Go ahead, y'all do it.
Hey, real quick before we start, can we review OC?
Well, I gotta watch it.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of OC, you know, I have never, ever watched one episode. I don't even think I had ever watched a sleep.
Oh, this would be good to enjoy for you to have an unbiased opinion.
Wait a minute. It's Sunday night, and I'm sitting up here writing. I'm in a groove, and I go to the bathroom, sit back down, look up, OC is on. And I'm like, wait a minute. So it's a girl on her that got a ex-boyfriend is dating somebody else on the show?
Yes.
They about make
we're gonna have to just do that show. Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I do need to watch OC.
And I'm so glad because I can be the spearhead leader of when we review it, and that makes me good to kind of be in teak position for once.
And
well,
girl
you
got
were
a
supposed to do
DUI.
New Jersey, I thought, D.
But Joy, I let Joy take over that.
And it was a girl who got a DUI.
Yes, Shannon.
I love Shannon though.
That is a chapstick moment.
Okay, so listen, y'all. We on New Jersey. We gonna lose our people.
Okay.
We will do OC. When does it come on?
On Thursday nights, so we can do it on Friday.
We already committed to do. Season. Do I need to binge watch the next season?
I mean, no, not really.
I don't think so because it's a new cast of characters, kind of.
Oh, okay, good.
But if you
not
want
really, it's
to,
not one of those. It's not one of those housewife shows where you have to necessarily go back to the beginning. You don't really have to because I mean, Bravo is going to show you.
You'll figure out who's been there.
Yeah, and I do. But if you do have time, since you ain't working, I would because OC is the beginning, and you'll see how it all started and how it has changed so much.
Yeah.
From when they had the damn reunion in Vicky's backyard to now, what they do. I mean, like you.
Yes.
This was the first. Was this the first
one?
Yes. Okay.
So if you do have time, I would say do it if you have the time. Yeah, because I think you'll like it.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear this, so I can publicly drag Heather's bro. I'm so glad that the new girl is going after her.
If I'm on the phone.
I like fancy pants, but go ahead.
I cannot stand. I'm so glad that the new girl is going after Heather because Heather is just such a pretend. She's another Marge.
No,
to be quite frank with you.
No.
Yes, she is. And if you watch the show, Heather's definitely one of those mean girls. You can't sit with us.
Oh my God, can you imagine, Monty?
Pretentious.
If
Heather heard she was compared to Marge, she'd probably vomit.
Oh, she would probably die.
Heather is a mean girl. Heather is a mean girl. The way she has treated Shannon over the years.
Are we gonna do an OC show or are we gonna do this? Okay, so Shannon broke up with her boyfriend Steve, and he called her. He made her mad. She tried to go back.
That man's name is John Jensen.
Who is Steve?
Is it for real?
His name is John Jensen. I don't know where the hell she has Steve from.
Who is Steve?
I don't know, but that's not that man's name is John Jensen. I don't know where Steve from, girl.
Steve was a Vicky boyfriend. Vicky boyfriend. Anyway, and she tried to go back. She ran into a store, ran over the curb, and she got a DUI. And now
I don't know why she had to say that. Why did you have to say that like that?
What is Jesus Jug's real name? What is Jesus Jug's real name?
Tamara. Oh my God.
No, not Jesus
Alexis.
And Alexis is now dating Steve, aka John.
Oh yeah.
Every time I see Alexis, I think about Jesus Jug.
Alexis was on there with her first husband, then they got divorced, and the husband sued the other housewives and got like $500,000.
He sued Shannon and Tamara.
It's a lot.
He sued Shannon and Tamara.
And now Tamara is a Jesus Jug's friend. And she used to be Shannon's friend.
And that's why I can't stand Tamara fake ass either. Oh, let's get on New Jersey.
Okay, let's do New Jersey.
Before we get to New Jersey, I'm gonna just tell you, Joy, Tamara's husband, child.
Yeah, he can.
Wait till you get to the when Brooks fake cancer.
Has there been any black women on this show?
No. And to the O. Okay, so we're gonna do OC, I guess, on Friday.
Yeah, we can just do both episodes in one. So y'all go watch them. Y'all need my peacock. Let me know so y'all can watch it. I will give y'all my peacock.
All right.
Wait, you got peacock?
Yeah.
I want to get rid of mine. Can I have yours?
Yeah,
sure.
Share yours.
Yeah, because I'm always
going to got 2 peacocks. If y'all
can y'all send me y'all logins?
Yes, send them so we can watch. I ain't got time to be paying for this stuff.
Joy, give them my number because my Facebook is acting up.
Well, text me.
Oh, yeah. That's why I text him. He can't get into Facebook.
Yeah, send me the number. I used to have it, but I didn't save it.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's go. Joy started. Come on, Joy.
20 minutes later.
So this is just to mention this episode. They basically had 3 big scenes worth having conversations.
Kelly, your thing is rubbing.
It's
rubbing. Is it? Oh, hold on.
So it was basically 3 big scenes that this episode had, where we'll talk about the 3 big scenes.
Okay.
You know, the first ones are not really worth talking about. They're just kind of showing what everybody's kind of doing. The only thing I did notice before we get to the 3 big scenes, well, really it was 2. The fashion show and then Teresa's podcast show.
No fashion, honey.
But let's talk. One thing I did notice in the scene with Jen and not Jen, Rachel and Danielle was that Danielle had never been over Rachel's house before. I don't know if that means anything to you, but that told me that they ain't really friends.
Most of these people aren't really
in my house. I don't let people come to my house because I'm like that.
No, I'm just saying I know that this is allegedly a new friendship, and they only filmed for 2 months this whole season, by the way. But I was actually surprised, since they're like best buds this year, that they hadn't been over one another's house. That means something to me. Because to me, you're not my real friend until I invite you to my house. We can be work friends, but we're not friends until I have been to your house and you have been to mine.
But these people ain't really friends anyway, especially consider both of them don't like Teresa. They ain't trying to be friends.
Well, Danielle at this point doesn't unlike Teresa, although I don't think she does.
She don't.
You're rubbing against something.
You're rubbing bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yes, it's awful.
Damn, it plays so bad when I play it back.
Okay, Joy, we got it.
But anyway, because it's just kind of distracting. But did y'all notice anything in those first couple of scenes that y'all want to mention before we get to this fashion show?
Okay, so the first scene was what? Danielle and her husband?
No, that was the second segment.
I wanted to.
They were just kind of showing like the introduction. Teresa talking to her dogs. Melissa with her mama and Joe.
Yes, we forgot
that.
How is her mama 75 years old? She looks really good.
She does. Did
she have surgery or
probably?
I mean, I don't know. Her mother does look good. I'll give her that. And the fact that she's 75 with a boyfriend. So how about that?
How about that?
She said she's tired of taking care of men. That's what she's taking care of too. She don't want no more old people that are gonna, maybe die before her. That she's gonna have to take care of when they're sick. It's over it.
I mean, I can respect burying 2 men. That would take an emotional toll. 2 husbands.
Yeah. Unless the insurance policies were good. I mean,
okay. But I do like her mom's relate. They seem like they had a good relationship. Yeah. She seemed healthy. She seemed to like Joe and her, so that was a good little scene, I guess.
People in the blogs are insinuating that, not blogs, in the groups. If you're on Teresa's side, there's a lot of people insinuating that Melissa has been trying to pitch her family for years.
And they're just not interesting, honey. First they put the punks on us. And now we got to deal with a scene with her mom. Ooh,
but they're not in that scene, though. We needed that. You didn't.
Did we? Did we? Oh, you're one person.
But we've heard the sisters and seen the sisters over years. What do the sisters have to? We don't need an extra show.
No, I don't think they need a show, but I don't mind scenes with their family. I mean, that was
me either.
Yeah, that was fine. Yeah. Just because you don't like Melissa. But go ahead, Joy. What's next? Only thing I remember is Danielle was talking to her husband.
Yeah, Danielle. She was kind of talking to her husband about some of the upcoming things. Apparently, her daughter is going to be performing at a Kids Bop situation. I listened to some vlog. I don't know who these bloggers are. I can't tell you who they are. And they were saying that nobody does Kids Bop anymore. I don't really know. I remember it was really popular when my now 24-year-old was little, because I took her to Six Flags to see Kids Bob.
I think they still sell like CDs and DVD. And there's a channel on my Sirius XM called Kid Bob. So it's got to be something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't really know. I don't know how popular it is now, because parenting is a little bit looser. But I know that I used to buy Kids Bob CDs for my daughter when she was young, and I specifically remember kids taking her to Six Flags to see Kids Bob and Raven Simone. When this was maybe like right when her show first came on. Show you how long.
Are they trying to say? And it's got they still popular, because I just looked on Spotify and they got a 2020 album. But so are they trying to say that what she's doing is not going to be lucrative because she's working?
Well, they really are kind of mocking fun of how she's trying to do this stage mom thing. I think if you don't like Danielle, this is kind of irritating as a viewer. Just like, I guess we've kind of seen this particularly on Jersey before with Teresa and Lord Gia, because Teresa was the same way with Gia when she first came on. So you either like that or you don't. I mean, it's what it is. I don't really care. I would rather see her be a stage mom than them ugly bougie kids clothes. That crap is ugly.
I didn't think it was bad.
Girl, I would put
another moment where you're just the one person.
No, I'm not.
No, she's not alone.
No, I'm not.
Clothes.
Just because I don't agree with y'all, you don't mean it's only me.
And some dude, I don't know who he is, some white guy that was on Watch What's Happening Live with Andy, said those are clothes for white trash kids.
No, they're not.
Like,
you know, those.
Wait, the person saying that was probably
people.
white trash.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think it may be called Madison Ashley or something. They wear those type of clothes, and all their kids wear those clothes. Where I work, these people have $1 million houses, and that's how their kids dress or more.
Yeah, them clothes are cute.
I'm telling you.
I thought that was harsh. I mean, I wouldn't have even said that out of my mouth if it was. I'm just repeating what he said, because he said that on live TV. I was shocked, but it's nothing I would ever put on any of my girls. Like, it was ugly. I don't like ruffles. Them ruffles are a complete turn off.
Yeah,
I have never liked ruffles. They look kind of cute on infants, but once you are walking and you done got rid of that baby fat, it look country to me. It looks real country.
Ain't nothing country about my little daughter was in ruffles every doggone day of her life until she got old enough to realize these is ugly, mama. But to me, she was the cutest.
That's how they would dress their kids. I'm just telling you.
You do live in Kansas
City. I mean, it is like the way white people dress. Like
that is. That's how they dress them. And the rich ones do it. I mean, they have like brands that they wear that just do those ruffles. And I be like, and don't go to consignment sales, honey. That's what they want.
Yes. You know how many things I done sold.
You know where I live,
okay?
Both y'all country, though.
My child could have, but the cutest little thing.
No, it's the rich white folk. You just got, just got to live by them. Anyway, okay. What's next?
Well, the next scene was Danielle going over no, that was afterwards. I'm trying to think.
Cause see, I didn't write down.
Jennifer kind of talking to Teresa on the phone about like their podcast or whatever. Let's get to the meat of it, which is Melissa's fashion show, without her own fashions.
Right.
So Melissa,
do stores do that? Do they have like? Because I don't know. I don't really go to boutiques because I just don't. But do they?
I had a cousin that had a boutique before COVID, and she did have fashion shows, but she didn't call them fashion shows. She called. She had like boutique extravaganzas or whatever.
Right. Okay.
And
they do it.
Her sister, her mother works at a hotel, so she could get this particular Marriott reasonably priced. and she would do a whole host of things. It wasn't just a fashion show, because a fashion show particularly only lasts a couple of minutes.
Right.
It's, a fashion show, I don't care how many fashions you got, you're walking one girl out at a time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not necessarily walking one girl out at a time. You're working several. So
they have it though. They still have them. They have, especially now with school getting ready to start, you'll start seeing those more at those boutiques. They used to have the separate store. Now it's only in Canada. But when it was here, they always had back to school fashion shows. They went on and with kids afterwards. Yeah, they would do all kinds.
I used to go to them, girl.
Yes, certain stores have those. And look, I was at them all the time.
Okay. Me too. Okay.
Yeah, I remember. So I know that they do them. Yeah, but my cousin didn't call them fashion shows. But essentially, it was that her point was to just show what she had in her boutique, so you could, patronize her business. So I get it. I mean, right. But I do understand at the end where they were talking about that she came out at the end like those were her fashions. But also I'll say this, my cousin also she was actually a sewer. She did do custom things.
Oh,
so she actually had a talent. So right now,
you did just do a shady read on Melissa.
I mean,
she's very shady. Yeah.
She's very talented. When she closed her business during COVID. I mean, if you wanted like custom your wedding, and that's the kind of customs that she does. She does wedding dresses, your bridesmaids dresses. She's has a lot of talent.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Come on, let's go, y'all.
But anyway, what did y'all think about the fashion show? That's the question.
I said it already. A fashion show with no fashions.
I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, I do like the Envy store. I followed the Envy store, etc. But I could have, where was she by Sheree? I just kept. I didn't. Okay, no.
Here's a question, because this is the only thing that was interesting to me that was worth mentioning about the fashion show. What? No different, Mercy.
I'm just trying to figure out, who does Melissa Gorga think she is? Envy's on every block of the street, on every corner. It's like, girl, who you buying from Envy? Who is buying from Envy?
I mean, it's got to be her making some money, because she's got how many stores?
Yeah, she has 2, I believe.
Like, girl, ain't nobody shopping at Envy, child. Ain't nobody
they gotta be.
I don't necessarily know what they gotta be, because Nene's store was doing good. And she ended up having to close it. Kyle's store was doing good. She ended up having to close it.
Kyle has closed. She
probably should
every
have.
store.
Gorga, everyone.
Did all of those stores close during COVID? Because a lot of boutiques lost a heck of business.
I think Kyle's did. I'm not for sure.
Every store that Kyle has opened has closed.
Yes, but the question was, did it close at COVID? I think so, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I know Nene's did, because that was the whole lawsuit, was Greg, because Greg signed the lease.
Yeah.
And when COVID happened, they closed the shop. And they sued Nene for the lease
right
during COVID. But anyway, I was going back.
And hers made it through COVID, right? Envy?
Yeah.
Envy is some envy.
Yeah,
ain't nobody shopping. Ain't nobody shopping.
I don't think so either.
Like, I really think that Melissa has a fan base possibly in New Jersey, and they go to her store just
look
because.
At Melissa Gorgas.
Just because.
Oh my God, I want to put that on.
What is wrong with y'all today? Who? Like, seriously.
What did y'all think about?
No, you cannot finish.
No,
what did y'all think about? Margaret, Jackie went and sat down, and Margaret tells Jackie, did Melissa send you a dress? She sent all of us dresses.
I mean,
I don't think that's how that happened.
That's exactly how that happened.
No, it was not. So they walked in and they were like, I like your dress, I like your dress, I like your dress. And then she was like, are you wearing what's whatever? And then she was like, no. And then she was like, "Oh, well, she sent us all out."
We all know why Marge said
the look
but that's not how Joy presented it. You may insinuate that's what happened, but that's
we
not.
All know that we're loyal Jersey fans.
No.
So at the end of the day, we know that Marge was trying to be a bitch. She knows how Jackie feels about being left out.
I don't think it was a question. I'm watching that scene. It wasn't a question asked.
Well, Marge definitely said it and had that little smirk on her face.
Yeah, she
that Dolores did not have anything from envy.
Yeah,
no, it was Jackie. It wasn't Dolores. Yeah, then Jackie went and told Dolores.
Was that Jackie? You're right.
Okay,
but we all know Marge is doing that to be a bitch.
Yeah, and she's really good at it.
Yeah, she's really good at that. But that's about it. But
and that's what kind of irritates me about Jackie the most. It's just like, if you're gonna be on the other side, at this point, you got to be on the other side. You can't.
Here's the question: I don't think she realized that there was an other. This is what I took from that scene.
Jackie used to be on the other side. She knows there's another side.
I don't think she was on the other side. I just think she wasn't feeling Marge. But this is what was strange to me. What did Jackie do to Melissa? Because I know the Marge situation. That's crystal clear to me. What did Jackie do to Melissa? Because my only
Teresa.
Not a damn thing.
Because even with the situation with when they whose bougie little event it was, I think it was Danielle's, and they, for whatever reason, Melissa was telling Jackie, she hurt you, and I'm not gonna let you forget that. Which also didn't make sense to me. Like, what friends want to mention hurt? Like, I've never in all of my Black life said something to a girlfriend of mine who, suffered some kind of humiliation. I'm never going to let you forget that. She hurt you. I that's so weird to me. It was just a weird conversation. Like, I don't mention my friend's most embarrassing thing. That's something that you tuck away and pretend like it just didn't happen. You surely don't bring it up in their face, throw it up in their face when they're making amends or they're moving on. Because even when it's with a guy, like a guy could have totally humiliated a girl and your best girlfriend is going back with him, you just shake your head and don't say nothing.
Yep, which is why I don't understand why Marge can do that with Teresa.
I don't just shake my head and don't say something.
I do.
It needs to be said, especially if it's something that can harm you. Please, obviously your memory has faded, and you need a reminder. Now, once you have that reminder and you still make that decision, then that's on you.
I agree with Callie.
I wouldn't, yeah, but anyway, I personally,
I'm definitely gonna let my friends know that their man ain't shit.
Yeah, I would simply say, girl, be careful. Have your eyes and your ears open.
But at what though? So if you're gonna say be careful, just throw it out there because you're being shady by not saying it at that point. Be careful.
I personally, as much of as opinionated as I am, and I'm very opinionated.
Yes.
I usually don't like digging into things that hurt people. Some people do that. That's just not my MO. Like, I know if I knew your man has embarrassed you, hurt you, and y'all done broke up, now y'all back together, I'm not finna say, so you just gonna let him dog you forever? Like, she knows what, I don't have to remind her. She lived through it.
Yeah, but you dig. You can say, just like when you just said, I would just say this instead of going into full detail. But you still dig and you just don't go into detail.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt them further because I know how women are with, because nobody's going to argue that Teresa's, that whole season was very hurtful to her, hands down. And I like Teresa, but what she did to Jackie was jacked up, even if her aim was to point at Marge, it didn't land like that. It did not land like that. The only thing we heard is Jackie went from person to person to person to tell a rumor. and Marge's name was never dropped in that
Teresa
room,
went
because
from
if
first
she
to
was
first.
a real one, she would have said, you know, Margaret was I heard that was talking crap about Jackie. If she had handled it like that, yes, I would. It would have been a whole new different conversation.
And let me tell you something, since we still on the envy scene, and this is another reason why Dolores is on my shit list, because Dolores is a fake ass bitch.
Yeah, she is.
Let's be
I wasn't talking about that. Go ahead, D.
very motherfucking clear. She is a fake ass bitch. Oh my God, people getting along all because Jennifer called at Marge, and Marge conveniently wanted to apologize out of the blue. Now her and Jennifer.
What was she apologizing for?
Because Marge didn't check on her when Danielle clocked her ass upside the head.
Oh, I thought she was apologizing. So
no, that's not what she was apologizing.
I thought she was apologizing for showing the text, and
no, she was apologizing for not checking on Jennifer. That's what Jennifer was basically calling her out about.
Oh, I thought she was apologizing to. Okay, I didn't get confused. Go ahead.
Oh, did you notice that Rachel checked on her?
Exactly, and that's what she said. That was one of the points she made. She was like, even Rachel checked on me.
Yeah. Yeah, if people are insinuating in other groups, that's not what she was apologizing for. They feel like that scene was very choppy.
Because I'm trying to figure out how was that not what Marge was apologizing for, when Jennifer literally straight said, Marge, you didn't check on me, and if it was the other way around, you'd be furious. How was that? I don't understand. That's literally what Jennifer said. Like, that literally came out of Jennifer's mouth. That's literally what she was confronting Marge about.
But what was she saying? That's literally something you would do. I'm telling you, it was so weird. When she walked up to her, she says, hello, Margaret. You look beautiful. I haven't seen you. You look good. Thank you. You holding up? I'm holding up. Yes, I'm good. You could have called and checked on me. That's something you would do. Oh, okay. I know. You know what? I know I wasn't right. That wasn't right. So what do you want to do about? Oh, okay. You're right. That is what she's saying. Now that I read it out loud, you're correct. That is why Dolores says she's acknowledging that she's wrong. You're right. You are right.
And Dolores pissed me off so bad with it. It's like, girl, just say you Team Marge. You're so irritating.
No, this is why. Here it is. There it is. That's why you said about the texting. She did say something about texting.
I thought she did.
You're right. It just came across. You're right. I'm gonna read it.
Thank you, Joy.
I know. She says, you know what? That wasn't right. That wasn't right. Say what you want about Margaret. This is Dolores. She's acknowledging that she was wrong. The text, her text is easy. No, I said no texting. It's very refreshing. I'm actually starting to see a glimpse of hope. That's Dolores. You're pretty. You're pretty. Girl, they were so full of crap with that. Oh, another soprano.
Well, I feel like Dolores tries to be the peacekeeper, and
Dolores
she tries
is a fake bitch.
Hey, you are not letting me talk.
Because you're trying to make excuses for blatant.
I
do want to hear her. Let me hear it.
I'm coming for the first time, and y'all don't even let me. I'm leaving.
Let her finish. Go ahead.
It's okay. Y'all go ahead.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear your opinion.
So, thank you, Joy. I just feel like
I'm jealous.
Right, Kelly? Kelly. Okay. I just feel like Dolores is tired of them out fighting. And she's trying to be the peacekeeper. And even in her tagline, she says, I'm trying to be Switzerland, which means she's trying to stay neutral. Okay. So I feel like she is just the one that's trying to say, listen, we're doing the show. We may not like each other, but we need to put on a show. And we need to, like we want them to do. Even if you're mad at somebody, you still got to film a scene with them. You still got to come and act accordingly to do your job. And that's all she wants them to do. And that's what Dolores is trying to do, in my opinion. I don't think that makes her fake. I think that makes her know she was doing her job.
Now, Demetria, why do you think she's fake? And you have to explain just specifically that.
I mean, it's crystal clear that she's not Teresa's friend. I mean, let's be all the way clear. I mean, even going back to the sit down that Marge and her had at her house, where Marge blatantly said, "Oh, I didn't talk about you, but I may have said some things about Polly." That's still fucking wrong. And then for Margaret to say this whole Jackie thing, like as if she's not a big part of the falling out between them, it was just so funny to me, because since Jackie has become a friend of the show, Margaret was done with her, especially after she got cool with Teresa. But for Margaret to sit her raggedy trout mouth, little lip ass up there and be so messy trying to hint around the lines of Dolores trash mouthing Teresa and Louis. So she says the only reason Dolores is hanging around Teresa and Louis is because Polly loves them. It's very telling.
Did you say little lip? He said little lip.
Yeah, so it's very telling. You know what I'm saying? And it's, again, just how Dolores operates and stuff like that. She's Team Marge. It's clear as day. You can see it.
I kind of agree that it was crazy, but let me say this. Remember that Regina George analogy you mentioned, and I kind of added to? If you think about Regina George, her goal is to always ring you in. Her goal is to kind of psychologically, if you listen to her conversation when she was having with Dolores, she was like, "You're my best friend. We talk every day." She did the same thing to Jackie. That is a part of her allure. Like, you're my best friend. Those are like buzzwords to women. Like, they mean something to women. Like having a best friend does mean something. So it makes you want to I think you all are thinking about the fashion and the glamour of Regina George. I'm talking about only the psychological, the way that psychologically Regina George moved. It's so irritating to me that people
Regina George didn't try to bring anybody together. She didn't try to pull anybody in unless they were up her ass. And I ain't thinking nothing about
that is literally what Marge does. Marge has never tried to bring.
Then to make the right comparison, because
that's literally what I said. I didn't say bring anybody together. That was your words.
Well, you did say bring them all together.
Not
bring them together as in a negative.
Her underneath her wing.
Okay. She didn't say that part. That's all we need to
all right. Never done that as a group.
Yeah, you do need to
whip them underneath her wing. You're my best friend. We talk every day. I'm trying to ring you in. That's what you heard. Ring you in, not make amends, because making amends that's not what she wants to do. She wants to divide and conquer. That's what Regina George did. That's her thing. Regina George kept a burn book. Regina George collected information on people.
We see her every time we look at Giselle Bryant.
I always said that Giselle was kind of the Regina George, but in a different way, where Giselle creates the chaos and then she sits back and they let her do it every time, and then they all act the fool. Like, have you seen the scene where she's just standing there and everybody running around in circles being foolish? That's what Giselle does. Yeah. And they let her do it every time.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue that. I just don't think that Regina. I just don't think that Margaret.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. When she was in the Christmas dress,
she definitely creates the chaos, because all for 6 seasons, every single solitary scandal that has happened on this show that has become a storyline. Every last one of them has come from Marge's mouth directly, or has come from her house. That is fact. From Jackie's rumor to all the Louis rumors to all the Jennifer rumors, her husband and where he sleeps, and all. If you go back like 4 or 5 seasons, she has controlled the narrative, the verbal narrative of this show. She, in my opinion, Margaret, is the toxic one. Everybody is responding to something that was put out that has come from Margaret in some way.
And the groups on Facebook, they are brainwashed. I don't get it. They are something else for real.
And Margaret is she's not a stupid woman. She's smart enough to, somebody going off on somebody, probably a text, she's probably not going to, she's going to respond in a diplomatic way so it don't look like whatever, but when she's in person, it'll say whatever, how she really feels. I absolutely believe that Margaret has talked crap probably about everybody. And I can tell you somebody else I can guarantee you she talked crap about, and that's Danielle. Because what Danielle did to Jennifer this year, she also did to Margaret last year. She had to be pulled away from with Rachel and Melissa to get Danielle.
Okay, now wait. Okay, hold on now, Joy. Hold on. Now, in Danielle's defense on that, and that is a small defense because I can't stand that bitch neither. She was 100% absolutely justified in going after Margaret.
You don't get in no 57-year-old woman's face with your finger in your face.
Oh, girl, bye.
That's
Marge was right. Marge was right in her face as well. And Marge is the one that got hyped first. Let's be clear. Marge is the one that got bad with her first, and then Danielle
she
just
wasn't in her face with her finger at no point.
She didn't have
is so not true.
That is so not true. Get that energy back.
That is not true.
We're not gonna give her the same tea because she's 57. Come on.
And that is not true. Marge got loud and bad with Danielle first, and Danielle matched Margaret's energy. They had to pull Marge away as well. So let's be clear on that.
I said that's who they pulled away. Nobody pulled Danielle away. They only pulled Marge away.
So they know Marge is the main devil.
Like, so let's be clear, and Danielle called Marge out rightfully so. Yeah. And Marge is the one that wanted to get loud and bad with Danielle first, and Danielle just got loud and bad with Marge back and let Marge know what time it was. Now, I will defend Danielle on that one.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
What's next? Watching the show. We have been talking about this for like the last 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
I mean, that's literally that's all that really freaking happened for real.
And the next thing. Yeah, Teresa's podcast, and I found this jacked up. I don't know if you all know this, but Teresa's Namaste Bitches podcast that she had with this girl Melissa that she said was the good Melissa, and I know, and I was tickled that Teresa for the first time was able to say what she wanted to say about Melissa. Her sister-in-law, she was like, she's the good Melissa, not like my B sister-in-law, which I cracked up because she, I'm sure she has said that a plenty of times, but not necessarily on the show. But what's sad
I can only imagine what Teresa says about Melissa when there's no camera
behind her, right? But what was sad about that comment was, I don't know if you all know this, but that Melissa, who she was doing this podcast with, was caught talking mad crap about Teresa.
Really?
So yes, that Teresa had a rapport with that girl's husband some kind of way. I don't know if he was a friend of Joe's or what, but Teresa actually had a rapport with her husband. And Teresa was thinking, the girl was thinking about doing a podcast, and he hooked them two up.
Right.
She knows him.
Hold on, Joy, because I have to respond to Latoya in the comments. Let's be very clear about something. This is probably the one and only
Which
time.
Comment?
Not the yelling.
Which comment?
If you let me finish the statement, I think you know what's coming.
We want to put it on the screen. That's why
we want to put it on the screen because the people.
Okay. Stop yelling. Please stop yelling. I'm not Marge. Calm down. The last comment, literally the last one that she just put up there. Yes.
Okay.
Let's be very, very clear about something. Teresa has probably all of said maybe 2 or 3 times have talked about Melissa over this whole show. Now let's count how many times Melissa has talked about Teresa.
Yeah.
Let's count how many times.
Not said her name.
Exactly.
This was the first time she may have actually said her name. She was purposely not saying her name.
Like
she would say her brother and his wife.
Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If anybody listen to this, they know y'all love y'all some Teresa. But go ahead, Jordan.
It's really not about loving Teresa. It's
it looks like. I'm just gonna say from just sitting here listening to y'all.
I mean, I'm just that person. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I'm sorry. I'm not.
And it's fine. We can be pro whatever. But this, I can see because somebody had commented said it's one sided, and I can see why. Go, Jordan.
Okay, so anyway, this girl, her name is Melissa. She was doing that podcast. It was called somebody audio recorded her talking mad crazy about Teresa, sent it to Teresa. So Teresa actually, I don't know, she fired her, but she discontinued the podcast that she's showing completely. She just started a new podcast maybe about a month or so ago that she calls Turning the Tables, and it's really just her. And she's had guests. She had her daughter on one. She had Kim D on. Okay. She had Louis on. So I listened to it. It's actually pretty funny. It's I much prefer hearing just her anyway. It allows without somebody else trying to shape what Teresa has to say, because she's not really the most articulate verbally. But I do think that once she sits down and her thoughts, she probably without interruption can speak a little better. And I don't mean like she can't speak, but you know what I mean? Your thoughts, everybody's brain. Sometimes you have people whose brain think way faster than their mouth can talk.
Yes. Well, okay, I have a question, because you remember when I'm just gonna do a little caveat, and we're gonna go back to New Jersey. But when Karen and even Giselle and Robin did their little podcast and whatever, and the people was just dogging it like it was horrible, it was boring. Teresa's little clip was boring as hell. Has anybody said that it was, or is it just me?
I don't watch it.
Reading out her diary like that, to me, I don't know.
I don't know. They didn't really. I don't know what the show was. I thought that they did a better job of kind of showing that Giselle and Rob and them actually had a show, a live show. Right. They had different things going on. I don't think they did as good a job here of showing that. I don't know what her live tapings was like, but she ended up canceling that tour and everything because she was supposed to be touring. Yeah, so all of that was sad
because you feel like you finally have someone you can work with. And I understand that sometimes friends do say kind of bad things like, I can't believe she went back to him, kind of stuff like that. But to continuously talk to someone and there's enough audio recording that you talk that bad about me that long.
Yes. Yep.
That's awful. So I hate that.
That's what happened there. So it's just like there are a lot of people, which I always think is kind of jacked up. They want to ride on your fame, ride on, you know what I mean? And all whole time they really just don't like you. And it is what it is. A lot of times it's based off of jealousy. There's no way I could be talking crap about my bread and butter. And let's keep it a buck. That's your bread and butter.
That's your bread and butter. I feel like she was probably never her friend, and she used her because she knew that she could help with the platform.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't even know if it was jealousy, but she's definitely a user. You know what I mean? And that's awful.
Yeah.
That's so sad. And then maybe why they didn't show as much. I don't know.
Yeah, this whole episode, in my opinion, as I was listening to it, I actually listened to another podcast talk about this. This was a episode of fillers.
Yeah,
fillers. It wasn't anything. It didn't move the story along. Next week, I think, is the last episode, or there's one more after that. Being mindful, guys, just to kind of put this in perspective, they only film for 8 weeks. The episodes that we're seeing are 8-week episodes. That's it. They said that once they have the finale dinner, what happened at the finale, that's what ended filming.
And they tried to move their show because the hotel, like they couldn't go on their trip too, right?
Correct. So there was no in-house trip or out of country.
I still feel like they could have still took a trip though.
Yeah.
It doesn't take nothing for somebody to book an Airbnb, child.
Yeah, because you're right about that.
And it doesn't take much to email those owners. I've done it plenty of times about filming. It's not that hard. Hey, can we film? It's either yes or no.
And I'm sure they was going to give them some good money.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was either a yes or no question. Like, can we film or can we not film? Like, the only thing they can't say is yes or no.
Yeah.
I think the cast was at a halt. And that's what I think happened. I think that them saying about this hotel catching on fire, that's the reason why they canceled the show. This is just my opinion, which ain't worth the hill of beans.
I agree with you.
I just think because nobody wanted to move forward. And I will say this, if you're coming on a reality show, this should be an eye-opener really for all of the franchises, that you cannot hold up. And essentially, you know, when you're refusing to work things out, you're kind of holding up a franchise. You're holding up the show. You're kind of holding it, what do you call it?
Hostage.
Kind of, sort of. You're kind of holding it for hostage, you know, believing that you are the star or that you got it like this. So I'm not going to film with her. If you want to not film with somebody, it's one thing to say, I ain't going to her event. I get that. But not ever filming with somebody, that should not work. I mean, and I'm saying this because Teresa actually has not refused not to film with somebody. She just has decided not to speak to certain people, but she has not refused to film. Margaret actually refused to film.
Yeah, and let's be clear, Teresa probably would go to those events. She just probably wouldn't talk to them.
And she wasn't invited.
That too.
She wasn't invited. I mean, because just keep it a buck. That happened on Potomac last year with Wendy and Giselle. They wasn't talking, but Giselle came to her event.
Yeah, that
you know,
and would have got showed the door either way by coming in and not.
That's what I'm saying. So, do you want them to come or not?
I mean, you want to come to your real business event to guarantee that it's shown. I think people forget about it. This is their real business. So they know that if you only have half a cast and the situation isn't interesting, they're not going to air it. So usually if you have a business, everybody is invited and everybody comes. That's normally the thing, because you want to guarantee that it has a good, you want your scene that you lead to be a good scene. So you invite everybody. I would never
think that's what Dolores is trying to do. She's trying to get them to come to. I don't think she's
that is not what Dolores is trying to do.
How do you know that, D?
Because we're watching the show and we see that Dolores is fake.
She don't. I mean, I don't watch it, but from what I saw, I didn't see her as being fake, and I don't consider Dolores as a fake person. Just because she doesn't agree with everything that Teresa.
Of course, you're gonna have that opinion because, like you just said, you don't watch avidly like we do.
But I haven't. I mean, but I do want to. And I've never seen anybody call her fake or what she's doing is fake.
Girl, please go read the comments, honey. Please.
People do, but Dolores is more together than most.
I watched the podcast that said, then this podcast is pretty even. This particular podcast I listen to is kind of pretty even. Like, you know, it's half Teresa, half Marge. They really dogged, because this is a lot of the things that I'm saying, I'm kind of repeating from from that podcast from Dolores and Marge. They were like, oh, Dolores don't like Teresa for real. And it kind of, I don't know if you know, it kind of reminded me of a situation that happened when the other Danielle was on there. Danielle Stubbs. There was when Teresa had first came home from prison. I don't know if it was that year or the next year, but Dolores was on the show. And Dolores and Danielle got into it because Danielle said, girl, you was talking crap about Teresa and mentioned some things that she said. And it was funny because the argument that Danielle and Dolores has sounds so similar to what Danielle and Jennifer had. She was calling her dirty. You're dirty. Like it was I actually posted it on my TikTok.
So y'all honestly,
and I was like, this show
has never said anything bad about Dolores to somebody.
No one is saying that, but Teresa doesn't get on the show.
I don't know.
Teresa does not get on the show and show biases.
Wasn't on the show either.
Dolores does, and we've seen it.
I don't know. I don't think that she shows it verbally, but if you listen to the conversations, because I don't agree with that part. Because even if you go back and rewatch that scene between Marge and Dolores, Dolores didn't say anything that would say that she's not Teresa's friend, but the conversation that Marge was having with her, kind of like, how could you be somebody's best friend, talk to them every day? It was the digs like that made me think that her and Marge were much closer than what
Marge has said it. Marge has
than what Dolores is
close to Marge. I have friends who hang around people that I don't really consider people that I would be with, but that don't take away from our friendship. Okay. I mean,
it's not hang around. Hang around is the issue. Talk to every day. You're my best friend. Everything is good. Like that. It's those kind of things that I didn't know watching that scene that they were that close. But I always have to remember we're talking about Regina George here. So she's manipulative. Lord. Here's my thing. I don't know if y'all remember when Ziggy was on there. Do y'all remember when Ziggy was on there? Huh? Do y'all remember when Ziggy was on this show?
Yeah. I didn't watch it.
Oh, Ziggy.
I remember her. It was one of their more boring seasons.
It was. Toward the end, Ziggy, I would say, had a mini nervous breakdown, so to speak, toward Marge. And I didn't like Ziggy at all. I thought she was crazy. But
Ziggy was the first one to clock Marge's face.
She was, and she called it. Marge called her husband's ex-wife to get dirt on her. That was a real thing. That's why Ziggy quit the show. Like Marge is a nutcase. It's a nutcase. And like I don't like, I was listening to this one podcast, and this person who broke this down does not like Teresa because they actually talked about Louis like real bad. They were making fun of this new lawsuit that's going on between Louis's ex and him right now, because Louis actually won this lawsuit that they're talking about, that Teresa keeps talking about, all this legal stuff that she can't talk about. Louis actually won that lawsuit. Well, after that lawsuit had ended and he won, and the judge literally said in open court that girl was obsessed with Louis, she filed another lawsuit and another restraining order. Like Louis is messing with her and he wants her to just leave him alone. She filed the lawsuit because of Bo Dietl, the stuff that's going on with him, but saying that he legally did something. But I don't know if y'all know, that girl pretended to be like a patient. Like she's like really, really it's kind of scary, the lengths that this woman went through to try to get to Louis. And this stuff isn't opinion. It's an open court that you could literally Google Louis's name and court documents and you can read it yourself. But there's a podcast that they did to kind of break it down. That lady is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And he's now did a countersuit, and she sued him again for $5 billion. And they were making fun of the fact that he was saying that he was depressed and has lost money. And so I can't think of the name of that podcast. I have to find it, see if I can find it and put it in a group so you can listen to it. Like, they have a stalker on her hand. And it's all because when Louis had met Teresa, he stopped supplying her financially with money because obviously he was taking care of her. And this girl is like a psychologist too. Like, she's like nuts. She like pretended to be a patient somewhere. Like, she's crazy. Like, I mean, it's ain't about whether or not Louis or I like Teresa, whatever. Like, this lady really is crazy. And like I said, you ain't got to take my word for it. It's the documents are open to the public.
I don't know nothing about it. Hey, podcast.
But
okay, listen to that, child.
All right, what we doing now, y'all?
Let's get to the cathedral, which is basically Danielle and Dolores versus Jennifer.
And then y'all didn't talk about Jennifer Oh, that's what you're talking about. When she told her she looked ugly or something. When she had on.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, y'all need to talk about that.
What is that? Oh, when Jennifer, I guess Teresa went on like her 10-minute or 15-minute break or whatever, and she went in the back, and all the ladies that came were there, and they were basically kind of congratulating her or whatever. And then and Teresa was kind of explaining why she did the podcast where she did, because it used to be a cathedral. And Danielle said, because I'm surprised it didn't burn up with you in here. To Jennifer, and did nobody say nothing. I don't think everybody heard her, but Dolores definitely did.
We heard her when she walked out that door, though. Danielle said, "You look like a piece of what you say. You look like
by the way, you look like."
The first thing she said was when she walked in, and she was like, "We're in a cathedral," and then she said something to Jennifer like, "I can't believe you was able to come in here," like she was like the devil or something. And
it's just crazy that she tried to say that Jennifer looked like when she had on that raggedy
right. She literally had a clown's jacket, and she's sitting there saying that Jennifer looked a mess. No, you didn't. With that little flower thing on you was wearing, you are a clown. Her behavior, I liked her last season, but her behavior this season, she is MTV all over again. Before any of her plastic surgeries, before graduating, wherever she's a mess. I like her clothing line though. Bougie me, okay?
Bougie me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna disagree with you on that. She is a mess. It's like, girl, you came in there with that tacky cardigan on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ain't gonna cause somebody else look a mess. I can't.
Oh no, you didn't say tacky cardigan.
She looked like a clown.
Her cardigan was tacky.
Y'all ain't right talking about that lady cardigan.
It was a cardigan per clown.
Like, girl, it's just like the audacity, like, girl. But it's just like at the same time, I can't really blame Danielle, because if I don't like somebody either, every time I see you, it's gonna be like a problem. So, I mean, I get it, but
you gotta grow up from that eventually, right?
Yeah, and she's much older than me, so I have an excuse.
Exactly.
Oh, you do.
I have an excuse. She doesn't. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, y'all got quiet.
Oh, but I guess that was pretty much it. Oh, and Sunday night after the show ended, Jennifer was on Watch What's Happening Live. I don't know if y'all watched, but I watched. I thought it was funny. And I keep forgetting. I really wish the show would get back a little bit to this. I don't know who these producers are that think we want drama. I miss, like the funniness, the goofiness of these wives. And Jennifer really is goofy. She really is goofy. Marge used to be, if Marge is funny, if she's not talking about somebody, that's really her issue. Like, she can be really funny. You should highlight those sort of things, because that is what kind of keeps people interested in the show. When it's funny. And Jennifer, when she was on Watch What's Happening Live, one of the first things Andy said is that, I heard that you said you're not on Ozempic. She says, no, I'm absolutely not on Ozempic. I know that there are a lot of people out there that are trying to get that medication. I'm absolutely not on Ozempic. I'm on Mounjaro 2.5. So yeah, I thought that was funny. People really was talking about this. I don't know what her ratings were, but it was actually a good episode, because Watch What's Happening Live isn't always funny to me. Sometimes I watched,
I haven't watched it in forever.
Yeah, I watched the clips on YouTube, but that's all it.
Yeah, but she was really funny, and she looked good, and I do like both of them with curly hair.
And guess what her outfit was inspired by?
Why? What?
It was inspired by Taylor Swift, because she's a huge Swiftie.
Oh God!
Lord have mercy.
What she have on?
Taylor Swiftie is in the building. I like Jennifer, so I think it's funny.
A little white.
White. But, let's talk about
it. Was like kind of like it was kind of like a small replica of her outfit that she wore to the Grammys.
Did she say that though? Did she say it was inspired by Taylor?
Yes.
That is so cute.
Um,
Like if you follow Jennifer's
that's a
Instagram account, Jennifer is a huge Swiftie. Teresa said that's literally one of the main reasons why she went up and got a picture with Taylor Swift at Coachella was to send it to Jennifer.
Okay, so I want to say what's going on. Where is Onion done because she's still who's on insulin?
Is that what Manjago is?
Manjaro is that the one for diabetes? I'm not sure. I know Ozempic is, but anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, so what's her name? Not Rachel. Is that true that she's not coming back?
I hope so.
I heard that. I don't know if that's true, but I also heard that Dolores claimed she wasn't coming back.
Yes, I saw that. I think you sent that to our group, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. See, a lot of times people be, it's just like I saw something that said that Teresa was moving out of Jersey. And then when you actually read the article or the video, because there's actually a video, they actually asked her this under the digital short, like they're after the show. That's where it comes from. But they wrote articles about it. And basically, Teresa was saying her and Louis were looking at properties in either Florida or California right now. And they had been, because she wants to be around warm weather, but she's not going anywhere until her baby graduates. And when her baby graduates, she wants to be in a situation where there's 6 months in Jersey and 6 months to wherever it is that they move.
I like that idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I definitely like that, especially when you're an empty nester, and if your children want to come home and stay in Jersey, they got a place to go. You know what I mean? if it's the 6 months that you in Florida or wherever they decide to buy. But, all right, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know.
Hey guys, okay, I'll wait till we end the live to say that.
Okay.
So
I guess let's do a recap, and I'm going to show our thing. We will be doing Love and Marriage next week, Monday or Tuesday. I think I should be free both days. Jersey, when do y'all do that normally? We can continue to do it on Wednesdays at 12. I'm game
it's
for that.
only a couple more episodes.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Only like 2 more.
Yeah. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever, I don't know what day they're going to do that, but if I can join, I will. And then maybe the OC on Fridays. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's our schedule for now.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean about the Swiftie. That's why she did that little video clip of her dancing on that reel.
Mm-hmm.
She actually sung on Watch What's Happening Live behind it. They did this little video. I don't know if y'all saw it. I didn't understand it. I don't listen to Taylor Swift. Gun to my head, I couldn't tell you one song she makes. But she was singing a Taylor Swift song and somebody was pulling her like on a wagon. Did y'all see that?
It's on her Instagram?
No.
I'm finna send it in a group right now.
Well, I'm not in the group, so tell me where it's at.
Oh.
What you mean you ain't in the group?
Well, send it to my Instagram. My face, something is wrong with my Facebook.
I don't know. Facebook. Oh. That's why she got to send us his number. Okay, let me finish our little things when we get off of here. And then here's our QR code. And this is everything Chatter Up. All of our social media, our podcasts, our email address, whatever you need to get in touch with us. That's it. I think, is that all? Remember, everything we said is allegedly our opinion, entertainment purposes only. We having fun.
Look what you made me do. That's my favorite Taylor Swift song of the season. Look what you just made me do.
And I just like Shake It Off, okay? Because I do that every day.
I hate both, and those are 2 of her most irritating songs.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Like literally, I hate her very.
I don't like September. Is that the name of it?
Look what
Back to September.
Yes, that one is too slow for me.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, I was done.
That's the girl she wore to the Grammys, Joy. So that's what she was mimicking. Yeah.
Well, can somebody send me the picture? Is it in the group?
Yeah, I put it in the group.
Okay. I'm not gonna put it up here unless y'all want me to, but I'm looking.
Put it up.
It's a video, so I can't.
The video, it's her TikTok. It was a TikTok.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you
All
might
right.
could.
I'm going to close this. Are we done?
Mhm.
Yes.
Peace. We see y'all next week.
Thank
Yeah. What's today?
Wednesday.
Oh, will we see them Friday?
I love Taylor Swift.
Are we gonna do OC Friday?
I am going to the Eras tour in October in Latoria. I'm responding to a comment that you highlighted.
Okay, just come on.
Highlight that.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That was not me.
Whoever just come. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm leaving. Listen, y'all, we need to stick to the show. Are we going to do OC Friday?
We can. I was gonna say, can we? What today is? Thursday. Go ahead and if everybody could watch the first episode today, and then we can review the first episode tomorrow. So that way, when the new episode comes on, we won't have to do 2 episodes in one.
Today's Wednesday.
Yes, Thursday. But the first episode is already out.
So I thought they were doing the show Friday.
Yeah, but you said we're gonna do the show tomorrow. That's why I'm trying to tell you that it's not until Friday.
Okay, let me re-say what I just said.
What day is the live show come on?
Let me re-say what I just said, and maybe you'll hear it this time.
Yes.
Can we all? I've already watched it, but if you guys could go ahead today, if you guys have the time, and watch the first episode, because the first episode has already aired, so it is already available to watch, and we can review the first episode tomorrow, which is Thursday, so that way when the new episode comes on Thursday night, we can review the new episode Friday, and we don't have to do 2 episodes in one.
Well, I'd rather do 2 in 1, but okay.
Okay, whatever. Just send me your prompt.
I would rather do 2 in 1,
and I'll watch whatever.
Okay.
All right. Joy gonna send us your phone number. We done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, child. Y'all stress me out.
Oh my god.
No, baby, y'all stress me out.
I cannot deal. I cannot.
Y'all is let me